Welcome to Stoic Daily X, where we explore the timeless wisdom of ancient philosophy for modern living. I'm your guide on this journey into practical wisdom. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most important frameworks in Stoic philosophy, the three disciplines of Stoicism: assent, desire, and action. These three disciplines form the backbone of Stoic practice and provide a comprehensive system for living virtuously in accordance with nature. If you're finding value in these explorations of Stoic wisdom, consider subscribing to Stoic Daily X. Just hit that subscribe button and notification bell to join our growing community of modern Stoics. Your support helps us continue bringing these ancient teachings to life. The Stoic framework. Before we examine each discipline individually, let's understand why this framework matters. The ancient Stoics recognized that living well required mastery in three distinct but interconnected areas. 1. How we perceive and judge events, assent. 2. How we orient our desires and aversions, desire. 3. How we act in the world, action. Together, these disciplines address our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, creating a complete system for human excellence. The Discipline of Assent. The first discipline we'll explore is the Discipline of Assent. This discipline concerns how we use our faculty of judgment, specifically how we assent to or reject impressions that appear in our mind. Every day, our minds are flooded with thousands of impressions, sensory perceptions, thoughts, emotions, and judgments about what's happening around us. The discipline of assent teaches us to pause before automatically accepting these impressions as true. Epictetus emphasized this discipline when he said, "Make it your study, then, to confront every harsh impression with the words, 'You are but an impression, and not at all what you seem to be.'" This discipline trains us to distinguish between the objective event itself, our subjective interpretation of that event. For example, if someone criticizes your work, the bare fact is simply that they spoke certain words. The impression that this is terrible or I'm a failure is something you add to the situation through your judgment. By practicing the discipline of assent, you learn to withhold judgment until you've examined the impression rationally. You ask yourself, is this impression true? Is it within my control? Does it concern things that are good or bad by nature? This discipline is fundamentally about intellectual honesty and critical thinking. It's about not being fooled by appearances, not jumping to conclusions, and maintaining clarity of thought, even in challenging circumstances. The discipline of desire. The second discipline is the discipline of desire, which concerns our motivations, attachments, and aversions. This discipline teaches us to align our desires with nature and reason. The Stoics observe that much of human suffering comes from desiring things we can't control while neglecting what is truly within our power. The discipline of desire trains us to 1. Desire virtuous character traits, wisdom, justice, courage, temperance. 2. Accept external outcomes with equanimity. 3. Recognize that external things are preferred indifference, nice to have but not essential for happiness. Marcus Aurelius captured this perfectly when he wrote, "You can only lose what you have. You can only be deprived of what you possess, and what you neither have nor possess already is not yours to begin with." This discipline helps us develop emotional resilience by recognizing that external events themselves don't harm us. It's our judgments about those events that cause distress. When practiced diligently, the discipline of desire gradually transforms our emotional relationship with the world. We learn to want what nature provides rather than fighting against reality. We develop genuine gratitude for what we have, rather than constantly craving more. This doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up on goals. Rather, it means pursuing worthy aims while accepting that the outcome is not entirely in our hands. The discipline of action. The third discipline is the discipline of action, which concerns how we conduct ourselves in the world. This discipline focuses on fulfilling our roles and responsibilities with excellence and integrity. The Stoics believe that humans are social creatures with duties to our communities. The discipline of action teaches us to act in ways that benefit the common good while maintaining our own moral character. Practical aspects of this discipline include 1. Identifying our various roles, family member, citizen, professional, etc. 2. Understanding the obligations that come with these roles. 3. Performing appropriate actions with virtue and excellence. 4. Maintaining proper motives in our actions. As Seneca advised, let all your activity be directed to some purpose. Let it have some end in view. This discipline is where Stoic philosophy becomes visible to others. While the disciplines of assent and desire happen largely within our minds, the discipline of action manifests in observable behaviors. A person practicing this discipline acts with justice toward others, displays courage when facing difficulties, shows temperance in pleasures, and exercises practical wisdom in decision-making. If you're finding these Stoic principles helpful in your own life, don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Daily X. Join our community of modern Stoics by clicking the subscribe button and notification bell. Tomorrow, we'll be exploring Logos, understanding the rational order of the universe. Integration of the three disciplines. While we've examined each discipline separately, the Stoics understood them as interconnected parts of a unified whole. Each discipline supports and reinforces the others. Clear thinking, assent, leads to proper desires, desire. Proper desires, desire, motivate appropriate actions, action. Appropriate actions, action, reinforce clear thinking, assent. This creates a virtuous cycle of improvement. As you practice one discipline, you'll naturally improve in the others. The ancient Stoic Epictetus connected these disciplines to the three areas of philosophical training. Logic relates to assent, clear reasoning. Physics relates to desire, understanding nature. Ethics relates to action, right conduct. Together, these disciplines provide a comprehensive framework for living well. Practical application. How can we apply these disciplines in daily life? Here are some practical suggestions. For the discipline of assent, practice the pause. When something upsets you, pause before reacting. Question your impressions. Ask, is this necessarily true? Distinguish between facts and opinions. For the discipline of desire, regularly practice negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. Focus attention on what's within your control. Practice gratitude for what you already have. For the discipline of action, clarify your roles and responsibilities. Act according to virtue rather than immediate pleasure. Review your actions each evening to learn and improve. The beauty of this framework is its practicality. These aren't abstract philosophical concepts but tools for living well in the real world. Conclusion. The three disciplines of Stoicism, assent, desire, and action, provide a comprehensive approach to living wisely and virtuously. By mastering these disciplines, we learn to think clearly, desire appropriately, and act excellently. As we conclude today's exploration, remember that Stoicism is not about achieving perfection, but about making progress. Even the greatest Stoic teachers considered themselves lifelong students of philosophy. Tomorrow, We'll build on today's lesson by exploring the concept of logos, the rational order of the universe that underlies Stoic philosophy. We'll examine how understanding this cosmic rationality can help us live in harmony with nature. Until then, this is Stoic Daily X, reminding you that true freedom comes not from controlling the world around you, but from mastering yourself. Thank you for joining me on this journey into practical wisdom. Remember, think clearly, desire wisely, act virtuously.